Hey everybody, Jim Cedar here again from the Wine Inquirer. I want to touch upon some wines today from the Loire Valley, and this is an area that I think is very much underappreciated by a lot of wine collectors and wine connoisseurs. It's an area in France that goes from on the western end, the Pays Nantais area, all the way over to the eastern side, about 600 miles worth, along the Loire River, to the Puy-Fumé and Sancerre area. And the great thing about the wines from this region is that they're very highly affordable, they're very pure, very fresh, and wonderful wines to drink. The main grapes that you'll find by far in this region are Chenin Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc, and Cabernet Franc. So let me kind of work through that. These three wines I have here today are all wines from that sort of central core of the Loire Valley, the Anjou area. And the first wine that we have, and it's right here, is the Chidaine, Francois Chidaine, Clos de Breuil, Montlouis wine. It's a 2008. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous wine. It has wonderful nuances of tangerine and orange to it, some kind of nice hidden spice under it, a little bit buttery at times. But it's just a gorgeous wine, and it's wonderful to pair with Asian food, some dishes with a cream sauce perhaps as well. But it's a great wine to have. And he also produces a variety of other wines from the area, some Sauvignon and some other wines as well. So if you have a shot, go ahead and pick some of this up. It's probably going to run you somewhere around perhaps high 20s, low 30s in dollars, but really very highly affordable and just a delicious wine. The middle one I have here is a little bit of a different take on the Chenin Blanc. This one here was just a plain dry Chenin Blanc. The Domaine de Baumard here, the Quarts de Chaume that we have here, the 2005, is just a gorgeous dessert wine. And I think a lot of you may not be familiar that they do this in the Loire Valley. It's a Botrytized late harvest grape. And because of the great acidity and the great amount of sugar in it, it can be very long-lived. Early on in its history, it'll have nuances of again, some tangerine, marzipan, some orange blossom, some flowers in it, some just really gorgeous, gorgeous honeyed elements to it. And as it ages, say beyond about 10 years, it becomes even more honeyed, darkens a little bit in color. It's a great wine to try with foie gras. Try it with blue cheese or some sort of a rich sort of pear apricot dessert, but it's just an outstanding wine. It's run by Florent Baumard, which he has a history of about 300 years worth of family history in running this estate. So something definitely to keep an eye out for. The third one I have here is a representative of a Cabernet Franc that we have in the Loire Valley. This wine here is the Yannick Amirault. It's the Bourgueil La Coudraye. It's the 2006, so kind of aging a little bit, but just a really wonderfully fresh wine. And you may be familiar with Cabernet Francs more on the right bank of Bordeaux that is blended all the time with Merlot, but this is 100% Cabernet Franc, has nuances of blackberry, black tea, tobacco, tamponade, some spice to it. It's really a wonderful, wonderful wine. It's probably one that you wouldn't think to try too often, but if you like this sort of deeper, richer wines with some real solid spice and energy to it, this would be the way to go. So there you go. You have two whites, we have one red, all Loire Valley, and there are a few others that in future segments we'll bring up here, some of the Sauvignon Blancs from the Sancerre area, and some of the very, very dry and sometimes collectible Chenin Blancs from the Sauvignon area, but we'll get to that at a later time. We'll see you next time.